Okay, so this is my creative world that I have built. This that you're looking at right now is like a massage therapy clinic dream idea that I built. For those of you that don't know, I'm a full-time massage therapist and just do this YouTube stuff and play lots of Minecraft in my spare time. So this would be the front entry. There's your seating. This is the bathroom. There's your toilet and sink in there. And over here, we have the laundry room. And I'm sorry, I turned off the HUD display, and I usually play with it on since I only play on my phone because that's all I've got. And as you can see, it makes it a little bit more challenging to get around. So yeah, there's your front desk. This would be like a cool massage room. Of course, it wouldn't drip water onto the client as I was massaging them, but this is kind of more of a design idea than anything meant to be actually practical, of course. So I'm just gonna fly up and show you guys the roof here. So yeah, I designed all of that myself. I'm just gonna fly around and show you guys a bunch of other stuff that I have done in this world. A lot of the builds are inspired by Almost Addicted. If you guys haven't checked out his channel, you totally should. So there's like a cool sword in the ground. This, I just used some commands to like take away a big chunk of that mountain, and then just built this myself. So just taking a good look around so you can see all the stuff that I did on the outside. So as you can see, some of the walls are not very decorated. Those little lamp posts I kind of came up with myself. That took a little bit. And now we're coming around to the front. So you come inside and it's just a big open space with a little flower pot. Then you have some treasure chests for storing all the stuff that you're crafting or wanting to dye. There's your anvil, your other stuff. More treasure chests, a nice chair to look outside, some bookshelves with what is supposed to look like a TV but is obviously a picture frame. So yeah, you'd go down here and away you go into the nether if you wanted to. And then you can see there's no stairway to get upstairs inside because there is one on the outside. I might change that in the future, I might not, I don't know. So yeah, there's your balcony with your lounge chairs. It's kind of like a open bedroom, I guess you could call it. And then you come in here, and this is like the library, I guess. So there's a neat little shelving design that I kind of made myself that hopefully you got a good glimpse of. And then you come upstairs here. There's nothing in this room. Don't know if I'll ever put anything in it or not. Maybe someday. Out here is a giant garden and lots of storage for all of your gardening. And then we'll just fly over to one of these many other houses that I have. So there was the start of something, but never got finished, of course. This build here was inspired by Almost Addicted. It's one of his more recent videos. It's not exactly what he did on his video. I changed the roof and the little brick walkway at the front is a little bit different. Just was trying to get rid of this treasure chest here, but with the heads up display being gone, didn't really work too well for me. So ignoring that, we'll drop down in here and check out the inside. So there's your nice living room. Lots of space. Big giant creepy painting. It's supposed to be like a hot tub or maybe like an indoor pool or something. Some shelves. So there's where you can do pretty much literally all of your crafting. Down here I did something that I thought was pretty cool. It was like a little walkway over the end portal and then also a portal to the nether. And that's on the opposite end of a stairway to get upstairs, where you have mass amounts of storage, a nice big bedroom with some royal carpet, your enchantment area, and a whole bunch more storage space. So yeah, that's what I did with the inside of his build, and then this is just the deck. Lots of space to walk around in there. Would make for a pretty good survival house. This is another one from Almost Addicted. It's again not exactly the same. The house on the top is completely different than what he did, but everything underneath the house is pretty much the same. He always does a lot of videos where he's hoping to inspire people, and so I take that to heart and do my best to be inspired by him and take his builds and tweak them around my own way. So yeah, so there was your crafting area, bunch of storage on the inside, a cool checkered floor, a wonky stairwell, because I'm still working on making stairwells nice. These flower arrangement things in the corner was something I came up with. And yeah, your ladder upstairs into the big attic for your storage, because where else do you store things, I guess? And yeah, there's your little bed. And then lots and lots of space to walk around on a big balcony. What else can I say here? So yeah, I designed the house that you just saw that's up top here. The rest was by Almost Addicted. I think right now I'm going to turn on the heads-up display, or try to, because it was rather annoying trying to move around without it. All the audio is being recorded after the fact, so if it doesn't quite line up properly or it seems like I'm skipping around a bunch, that's why. So you can see there was an anchor down there. That's just something I saw on Pinterest and kind of copied from the picture. This house that we're looking at right now is one of my older builds that I did on my own. I think bits and pieces of it were a little bit inspired by Almost Addicted, but the majority of it was me. So yeah, so there's your storage underneath the stairs, enchantment area, crafting. Come out here underneath the balcony to a garden. There's like a nice little hanging flower pot there. I think there's actually a way to sneak down in the water and go down like a little waterfall thing, but I can't quite remember. So here's your like dining room. This was originally going to be like a little hidden bedroom thing that led up to the storage balcony slash attic thing, but it wasn't quite working out to be hidden the way I wanted it to be hidden, so I don't think there actually is a bed anywhere in this house, but that would be an okay spot for it. So yeah, you can just go sit in there, sit out on the balcony, look at the rest of the world, jump off the balcony, fly around if you're in creative. There's my version of Mjolnir, also known as Thor's hammer, just, laying around. This is a modern house that Almost Addicted did. That little water part was me. The rest is all him. In the default texture pack, the andesite, I think it is there. It looks okay, but when I originally built it, I built it with the natural texture pack on, and it looks way better. So yeah, this is just a nice little modern home that you could have for yourself. One of his guardians that he designed. Those guys are pretty cool. And we'll go check out some other stuff here. Oh yeah, so sometimes I let my son play in this world, so I think that was like a big automated garbage can thing that I designed that he just covered in water one time while playing in this world. He was only 5 at the time. He's like 6 now, so yeah, he's getting better. He's not destroying things anymore. This is a cute little house that, again, Almost Addicted did. I changed up the balcony, and I think I used slightly different materials than what he did, or blocks, or whatever you want to call them. There's one of his castles in the background that we will get to later. We're going to check out this modern home that he did. Not my son, Almost Addicted, when I say he. Yeah, this is, I think, pretty close to block for block, except for the interior, which is just the sleeping area and crafting area. This is the really cool castle that my son kind of destroyed once upon a time. I changed up what was in the middle here, turned it into like a big portal that you can go in. I think this actually looks pretty cool. I was quite impressed with myself for coming up with all of that. What else do we have here? Oh yeah, this is one of his very first builds, is just a bunch of redstone blocks and that little like square housey looking thing. That small house was by another YouTuber who I can't remember, so we're going to ignore it. This was all me. I don't really remember what I was going for in the beginning of making this. I think it started off as it was going to be like a Stargate-y portal thing, but like kind of a worship temple at the same time of nether portals, and it turned into like a cathedral jail thing. I still don't know, but hey, it's cool, I think, anyway. So yeah, there were some rooms there that you could sleep in up there. You saw the others down there. Excuse me, there were storage areas in there. And we'll go over... Yeah, so that little small square thing was my son. This was just me playing around with... I wanted to build kind of a cool pyramid thing, so I just built the outside and put some treasure chests in it. And that's all I did there. This is a house that I built myself. It looks really neat in the nature texture pack. All the other texture packs that I have, it ended up looking kind of funky in. So yeah, there's your like little reading area, which would double as a bit of an enchantment area. That was my brewing stand with an end rod because I think it looks neat. And then, you know, picture and eating area. Upstairs you have like a little bedroom and a sink in the corner because why not, and a balcony. So yeah, this could make for, like, if you started a world in the desert, this would maybe make a nice little desert home in survival. It wouldn't be too hard to build. It wasn't too hard to build. If you've seen my survival world tour, you'll recognize that barn there. I originally came in to this world to kind of fiddle around and play with it before actually building it in survival so that I wouldn't waste a whole bunch of materials. This is based off of another house by Almost Addicted that I thought was really nice. I wasn't paying attention to the video, and I think it's one block too skinny or one block too wide from what was in his video, so there were slight changes made because of that. Yeah, and then had a heck of a time getting down this stupid ladder, but finally made it. So yeah, this is like a nice little modern / suburban house to put out into the water or whatever, or that was, I guess. And I'm just taking a look around for other stuff that I built. So there was that massage clinic, which I guess could be like a nice little house too. We've seen all of that. We've seen that big house over to the left. So yeah, I don't know if you caught at the edge of the screen there, that waterfall that was coming out of that big house. That was the waterfall I was talking about earlier that I'm pretty sure you can sneak into from that garden. This little guy is just from a picture I saw on Pinterest. Thought he made a cool little statue to be on the mountain. Boat, again, is just from a picture I saw on Pinterest and just did my best to copy it. I think it turned out pretty good. This house on the top of the water was another creation by Almost Addicted that the interior is all me, the exterior was all him, except for the tree on the top, I think, which I'm trying to fly into now for no apparent reason. And then I'm trying to sink down here. So that's one way to get into your little crafting / brewing area, or the other way is just through that door there on the side. And then you can go back down in the garden here, which, if I remember correctly, gave me some trouble as well because water is annoying when you're trying to get through one tiny little square of space. Oh, there we go. Okay, so yeah, so now you have this like underwater garden thing, which I think in Almost Addicted's he just did like, it's just an underwater like base that you can have, or like you could put your bedroom in there, or kitchen, or whatever. You guys all need to do your own thing. That's what Minecraft is about, is just slapping blocks around and seeing what looks good and what doesn't look good. So yeah, there is a secret way into the house from the corner of the garden that I forgot about because it's been a while since I've explored much of this. So this house under the water was me just working with building stuff underwater because I think underwater stuff is pretty cool. So yeah, you could have this hidden underwater base with an ender chest and put whatever you want down here. Lots of room for storage up here, or bed, or whatever. And yeah, here's the secret entrance, which is just basically like hidden in the corner of the garden, and then you just swim back up the water and you're back in the house on the water, and then you can go fishing or boating around or whatever and be living pretty safely out in the water. Oh, I just noticed that giant house in the background that was on a big slab of land that won't be shown in this, but it's another house from yet another Almost Addicted video. This is, again, one of his builds that I tweaked a little tiny bit. Did a little bit of my own thing on the balcony there and then on the inside. So yeah, you have a little bit of a crafting area, a really nice enchantment area underneath the stairs. And then you can come up the stairs on this side and there is all of your storage. So by now you've probably noticed that I like to have storage areas in my house. Because if you play survival, you know that you need a crap ton of storage for all of your stuff. This is one of my first modern builds that I did by myself. It was long enough ago now that the textures for the blocks I originally used have changed now, so kind of ignore the fact that it's pink because I'm pretty sure it was more of like a purple block that I used or a light gray. And the sandstone bricks, oh no, you know what it is? I built it in the nature pack, so I bet you it looks awesome in the nature pack. This was a build again from Almost Addicted, except for that like beacony thing on the side. However, he did this as a modern house, and I thought to myself, I wonder how it would look to use medieval materials in a modern design, and I think it actually looks pretty cool. It looks great from the outside for sure. The inside, there's not a ton of space to move around in there. To the right there is my old house where I used to live, which we'll get to in a bit. This is a suburban house from Almost Addicted. I think I used some slightly different materials than what he did for it, but it still ended up looking nice. Can't remember if he did the interior for it or not, but this is all the interior is me again. So here in the garage, instead of having a car, you have all your crafting stuff, and I just had to grab a torch so you guys can actually see what the heck is going on. So yeah, like lots of space for crafting, and then of course storage upstairs for everything that you're crafting. And what better place to have all that than a garage? And then so yeah, you come upstairs. It's a nice open concept, so I just slapped a bed up there if you ever wanted to use it as a survival house. So yeah, you could store some more stuff in there, maybe your weapons and armor and food. You could probably squeeze some stairs in here to do an underground base or whatever for more storage for all the extra crap you might have collected. apologies to anyone who doesn't like the CRAP word or considers that offensive or whatever. I'm trying to keep this as kid-friendly as possible. I personally don't consider it that bad of a word. My children say it once in a blue moon and it doesn't bother me, so whatever. Anyway, enough of that. So this is the house that I used to live in just a while ago. I'm now in an apartment. That's a long, sad story that we won't get into. So yeah, that would have been the boot room. That's the next room was the kitchen. That's where the bathroom would be. There's a bedroom in there. This was all actually goes downstairs into like a laundry room and storage, but I didn't want to build any of that. I let my daughter design her own room because that's where her room used to be in the house. It's moved now. This was the master bedroom. There's the linen closet. This would be the dining room that attaches to the kitchen and living room and goes outside to the deck. This is was our giant living room, and then this was we had it as a massage room for a while for when we had people to the house, and then of course you saw that door that goes back outside, and there's the door to the deck in the backyard. This was started off as me trying to build a small castle. Kind of been playing around with some different castle ideas. Every time I went to build this, I'd end up not having a lot of time to finish it. And sometimes too, I just kind of, I guess you could call it writer's block, but for Minecraft. So Minecraft blocks. So those numbers are all using Pocket Edition. You can type in commands to fill in a certain amount of space. So I use signs to help me remember the numbers sometimes if I don't have a pen and paper. So I was using that to fill in the floor there rather than digging out every block and filling it back in. This is another guardian. I designed his little weapon there, but the rest again is almost addicted. This was based off of a house that he did, I think, but I used some different materials. I put that lamp in the back there. I put the lamps up on the roof. Yeah, there's your little garden. So yeah, you come in and there's lots of space. The storage, craft, bedroom, dyeing pot, another bedroom. So this would be like a good house for a multiplayer server or something, and then you've got a set of stairs on either side that goes up to some storage space for each person, I guess. Could have their own little storage area that you can just look onto that balcony there rather than being able to walk onto it. There's some nice paintings framing the stairway to get to more storage. A really beautiful little enchantment area and a balcony. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.